How do you reposition your money, reposition your life so you make more money by saving more? A lot of times people don't realize that this adds up massively on your debt-free journey to financial freedom. So here are 6 items that I want to give you today that would definitely help you change the way you look at it. The last one, actually there might be more than 6, I might give 7. The last one is the most important of all the ones I'm giving you because it's going to give you the most amount of savings. So let's jump right in and talk about that here. Remember, this is one take. I'm doing minimal edits. I'm not going to be cleaning up all the extra text, but I'll try to keep it clean as possible here. Number 1, and I'll be looking at my list here because I have a list. The first one that comes to mind is make your own coffee. This one is crazy how much money you can save. Instead of going to a coffee shop every morning, instead of getting some sort of gourmet coffee, make your own. You can make your own for a fraction of the price. Oftentimes you spend $3, $4, $5 on a cup of coffee, sometimes more. Instead of doing that, if you make it at home, you can, instead of spending $5 on coffee at the coffee shop every day, you can spend $5 to $7 every month at home making your own. This adds up massively. Now, of course, you don't get all the extras with it at the coffee shop, but you can still make it nice at home. That's number 1. Number 2 item that I want to talk about today is eat at home. If you eat at home instead of eating out, that just saves a ton of money as well. A lot of times people think that going to eat out is great. It is fine. The problem with that, though, is that you're paying someone to serve you, which is fine, which is a good thing. But when you're on your beginning leg of your debt-free journey into financial freedom, we have to rethink how we do stuff. Your time is not as valuable as maybe you think it is, and that's not a bad thing. It's just that we want to move that into more value, your time to become more valuable. So right now, number 1, can you make your own food cheaper than purchasing it? Now, the only way I'll say that these items should not be used is if you're making more money doing something else per hour than staying home and working. But if you are going to be buying it, then you need to be working those hours. Like if it's going to take you 2 hours to make coffee, make your lunch for the works, and make your dinners, and if you can make $10,000 in those 2 hours, slam dunk. Of course you want to just go out to eat, have someone make it for you, have it dropped off to your house, do whatever at your workplace, make more money. No big deal. But we're not at that stage. If you click down you're not at that stage. You're still struggling like most Americans are today. So that means the best thing to do is take that extra time you have, instead of using it for, let's say, entertainment or just for whatever, use it to make food for your family. Check out the Money Savings Toolkit down below that you can have for yourself. In it, I have hacks on how to actually save more money, making more from the money that you save, from recipes to budget-friendly meal plans that you can put to use today to save more money and to become more financially free every single day going forward. Now, back to the video. So if you eat at home versus going out to eat, if you make your own coffee instead of going to a coffee shop, you can save a lot of money. For example, the coffee, if you go out for coffee, you could be spending at least $80, $100 a month. If you make it at home, it costs like I said, $5 to $10 a month, maybe. I don't know, I'm just guessing here. You could easily save $70, $80 with great ease by just making your coffee at home. Same with not eating out and eating at home. You could save $100, $200 a month by just doing that alone. Those two things are massive. And you start thinking about those add up really quick. The next one that's really important, and this one, a lot of people don't realize how much money is going out of their bank account every single month by high credit card bills. Instead of putting everything on credit, pay it off as soon as possible. And there's different methods we could do that with. There's a snowball method, there's an avalanche method. Tell me down below if you want me to talk about those. So what you can do is you pay those off as soon as possible. Well, why do you want to do that? Well, because you're spending hundreds of dollars every month to pay for the credit, to pay the credit card company to use their money, to hold. So you're owing them a lot of money, and that's the interest that's racking up. With interest rates between 20 and 25% right now, and if you have, let's say, $5,000 in debt on a credit card, you're spending at least $150 a month on your debt alone. If you can cut those all out, if you can get that $5,000 paid down or whatever you have, you'll be able to save all that money into a high interest savings account, and you can be making money off that money instead of spending that money. You can be making money, not spending that money. So now we're up a lot if we can just change a few of those things in our life. Another one that's kind of something that I'm kind of surprised how many people do not know about this. It just stuns me. So many people I talk to tell me that they're spending $50, $100 on their cell phones every month. And I'm kind of blown away by this. Why are you doing that? You can go and get an unlocked cell phone from Amazon or eBay. And if you buy it used, you can get a refurbished, specifically refurbished. I don't know if I'd buy used, I'd buy refurbished. You can get it for much cheaper than a brand new phone. Yes, it's a little more expensive up front, but you're not paying over the next year or 2 years or whatever, how long the plan lasts. A lot of companies ask for. You spend $100, $150, $200 on a simple cell phone that gets you where you need to go. Then you get a simple plan through like Visible or Mint Mobile. Spend $15, $25, $30 a month instead of $50, $100 every month. You're just having a massive savings of at least $50, maybe more. It just depends on your cell phone plan. So these are a number of things that you can save a lot of money on if you can just change how you think about this. Now, this one may take the biggest hit on your life, and this is rethink entertainment. So many times people spend so much money on subscriptions. They spend money on cable. They spend money on movies. But if you can cut these out of your life and actually take that extra time in entertainment and go use it for something more wise, you only have one life to live. Go use your time wisely. Go use it with family and friends. Go find something that you can do with other people where you can talk and interact and go places. Maybe go take hikes. Maybe go to wherever. Go to the park. Wherever you can go where you can interact with others instead of just sitting there staring at a screen or instead of gaming all day. You may enjoy this, and I hate to say that you're like, oh, I don't want to hear this, but you are losing a lot of money every month. Now, there are many things that could be pointed out about this, whether that's movies or gaming or even just different streaming services, cable, other entertainment too. A lot of times people put their kids in different types of sports, but this stuff adds up as well. Not only do you have to buy different things for your children to go into the sports, but also traveling around the countryside with them adds up really quick as well. And I don't even have that in this whole topic of cutting out like streaming services and TV and stuff like that, going to the movies. But you could easily save $100 a month, maybe $200, maybe $300 a month just by changing those types of things, and just reposition yourself to take your life and be entertained by things that are more valuable, family and friends, and even learning stuff. The last item I want to talk about, and this is a big one I was telling you about before. If you can just change this one thing, it pretty much is everything that we talked about before, because you save the most amount of money. And that is this. So many people are spending, I was looking it up recently, I think it's close to $600 to $700 on average. Some even more than $700 on average. Like at one place, I think it was like $750 a month on their car note. Start thinking about that. That's like a small efficiency unit or a 1-bedroom rental unit in most parts of the country, especially the Midwest. That might be just a room rent in other parts of the country, I'm not sure. But at least in the Midwest, that's the cost of, let's say, an efficiency unit. Actually, that's a good efficiency unit, or even a solid one-bedroom apartment. So instead of spending that $700 or $500 or $800 per month for your car, which you probably should continue doing if you have it, if you can sell your car, I would encourage you to sell your car ASAP. That's what my opinion would be, and go buy a cheap one. But you're like, well, I don't have enough money to buy a cheap one. Well, fine. If you start cutting some of those other things out that I talked about earlier, you can start saving that extra money and putting it into a high interest savings account. Let's say you could save $500 to $700 a month by cutting a number of other things out in your life. You have your car, you can't get rid of it right yet because you need transportation, but you don't have enough money for a new car. Well, keep paying for it, that's fine. Or sell it ASAP and then buy a cheaper one. But then you probably still have a car note. So if you can start stacking money, stack $5,000 up over a half a year or a year. If think of it this way, if you can save $5,000, let's just say $7,000 up by the end of the year. How do you do this? Well, if you're spending $700 every month on your car note, instead of sending to your car note, you'd start saving that money into a high interest savings account. You'd have over $7,000, almost $8,000 at the end of the year. So you don't even need a full year for an average car payment to get to your $7,000. And that's all you need. In fact, you probably don't even need $7,000 to get a cheap car. Cars are out there right now. I was on Facebook Marketplace recently, and I was looking at them, and they're cheap. You can find them for $5,000 for a decent car, or $7,000, like I was saying. You'd be like, oh, well, it's not unsafe, or oh, it might break down, or whatever. But you're spending all this money on this other stuff. You're spending tons of money on your new car. Remember also, and I didn't even add into this as well, insurance. When you have newer cars, your insurance rate goes up. When you buy new cars, oftentimes taxes go up when you buy that car. Taxes are higher when you have that new car. You'd be better off to spend less money on a car. Your insurance rate is lower because it's valued less. You can pack that money away, those savings away, into your investments, whether there's a high interest savings account, or ultimately, we would be great to start seeing you putting your money into some sort of asset that would help increase your wealth long term and increase your financial freedom. Otherwise, check out the other videos in this channel. Check out the videos down below. Click on my profile, and you might find something else that might be of interest to you.